Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on fire. Time for a girl on fire. Time for a
Hello? Oh, is that working? It's working. Feels like forever since I've streamed. Hi, guys. Fargan, you're pink. You're pink, you're pink, you're pink. Hi, Darth J. Williams here. Bill's here. Hi, guys. I'm sorry for the short notice. Adam! Nice to see you. I am sorry for the short notice, but I thought, oh, Jules! Oh, I love that. Nice to see you. We're gonna watch some court. I have plans starting at 12:30 in about an hour, so we're gonna watch about an hour's worth of court. Anastasia's here. Ryan, you know I love winning. I'm just joking. Seriously, guys, I hope you are all doing well. Thank you for putting up with my crazy schedule lately. I know it's been tough. We've also been dealing with some stuff around here. Flooding for, not in my house, but some friends of ours' house. And so, yeah, lots going on right now. Lots going on. Anesthesia. No, I said Anastasia. Mac the knife is here. Okay. All right. Let's travel by flu powder together. Also, you guys like... Okay. I think we can be safe to say my family is not watching my live streams. No offense to them if they are. Show yourselves. But I'm going to show you something that I got for Christmas. Hold on one second. I don't even want to switch to the small screen. These are so cute. I'm debating wanting to keep them myself. Okay. They are balloon animal stuffies that are shiny. Ah! Who doesn't love these? Look at that. You know what I mean? I think that... Vicky! Yay! Hi, Vicky. Nice to see you. Aren't these just adorable? These are for a 2-year-old. Almost 2-year-old. I think they do good for an almost 2-year-old. And they were like $5 each? Under $5 each. They are balloon animal holiday plushies. Balloon animal holiday plushies. I just think they're so cute. I love balloon animals for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, I just got those today. How exciting. Now we can travel by flu powder all the way over here. Doodle-doo. Flu powder. I have to make a cheesecake today and 2 fresh baguettes. Baguettes! Yeah. Oh my god! Courtney! Is Courtney here? Or is she just messaging me? Let's start watching it. Your Christmas dinner was hamburger. Has it already happened? Did I miss Christmas? Did I miss Christmas? No, I didn't. Oh my gosh, the Costco dinner is supposedly getting dropped off at my sister's house today. Today, baby.
He's got some warrants out, and we have to.
Who's got warrants out,
Here.
Judge?
Hi there.
Hello.
Gage Franzak. were you able to get service on Ms. Tuberville? Could you come on the Zoom call, please?
I have 3
Sorry.
sisters.
So with that, they are currently watching him. And then they're gonna be handing him the, what is it called? Restraining order when he gets in custody.
Okay, so he has not been served yet.
Nope.
So do you wish to, and again, I think you've been here a couple of times.
Yeah.
So we have to reset this if, because I can't do anything without him being served.
I know.
So we can reset it again one more time, and then you'll have to serve him with the new petition, or you'll let this go for now.
We can try and serve him one more time. And
It
then I'll
looks like
just
he's
let it
got some,
go.
he's got some warrants out. In the case he has a warrant out, that involves you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
I did not know
And
he had any
there-
warrants.
Vicky, you got warrants? You got warrants out, Vicky? You gotta be careful. Don't get caught out this Christmas. Thank you so much for all your support, Vicky, for keeping me on track, for asking me the times. I appreciate it. Seriously. Love you. Appreciate you. And thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. Also, do we like this new plaid that I got for a Christmas present? Early Christmas present, somebody sent me this, said they liked my plaid look and wanted it to continue. How cute is that?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Dang.
And so, all right, we'll reissue it, and then we'll see where we're at in 2 weeks.
Alrighty,
I don't
thank you
even
so
have
much again.
And then this will get emailed to you.
I don't even have visual imagery in my mind. I don't see people's faces when I think about them, so I don't
It'll be
actually
January
look
5th
at attractiveness the
Alrighty.
same way.
at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And this will get emailed to you for service.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, I need to take the little plushies out of here so I can smoke a joint. I don't want to get weed on them.
And you're free to go for today, ma'am.
Alrighty. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And then is it Phelan and Timothy Robinson? There they are.
Yes, Your Honor, we're here.
And then Cody Ramey.
Those look. Well, hold on.
Were you able to
hold
get
on.
service?
I know we don't have a lot of time, but hold on. Is that just like an optical illusion that those stockings look like they belong to fucking elves? Or is their fireplace far behind them? I'm confused. Honestly, I'm confused. Also, sir, uncross your arms. Ryan will tell you that's not a good body language look. I know you were, Ryan. I'm joking with you.
On him, I didn't see that there was any service in the file.
Yes, Your Honor, he has been served.
Do we have it? We don't have proof of it. Who served him?
It was ABC Legal. I do have proof of his service.
Okay, can you email that to us or get that to us somehow?
Yes, Your Honor, I can work on that right now.
Okay, do you want to give him?
Yeah, I'll send
You're gonna send you an email in the chat. Email it there and I'll come back to you in a minute. You can go ahead and mute up.
Okay.
Deanna Forney is here.
I'm here.
Yeah, hi there. And were you able to get, and then Nathan Devaney? Is that you? Okay, so for him, all right.
Guys,
We'll
this
come back to
kind of
that in a
weed
minute.
I
Just
am,
take an attendance, find
smoking.
out who's here.
He's just taking attendance. Anyways,
Trinity Dolinsky,
Trinity Dolinsky. That's a fucking name and a half.
not here. Salvador Rivera,
Not as bad.
not here. Arabella Palmer,
Here, Your Honor.
Mid.
Jonathan
Mid.
Miles
I'm here.
is here. Okay, thank you. We'll come back to that in a minute. Michael Walton. Is that you, sir? Jason King.
Good morning, I'm here.
Hi there. All right.
Busy day in court today, huh?
Okay.
By the way, I have
And
already
get
been to
anything from-
Costco this morning. That's right. Costco. So, barely anything can shock me. 2 days before Christmas, Costco. I'm a brave lady. I love it when I pause to talk and then it turns out I wouldn't have needed to if I had just shut the fuck up for a
Okay,
minute.
Mr. and Ms. Robinson, when we get that, well, I'll come back to you. In the
Okay.
meantime, excuse me. We have 3 cases here where both parties are present. And if you're here and we're going to proceed to hearing on those cases, unless, did I see a hand go up or something? Okay. And so you're here on these cases either because you're asking for an order or someone's asking for an order against you for unlawful harassment. Want to read the definition of harassment, which is a knowing and willful course of conduct directed at a specific person that seriously alarms, annoys, harasses, or is detrimental to such person, and that serves no legitimate or lawful purpose. Course of conduct must be such as would cause a reasonable person to suffer substantial emotional distress and must actually cause substantial emotional distress to the petitioner. Course of conduct is also defined as a pattern of conduct composed of a series of acts over a period of time, however short, evidencing continuity of purpose. Course of conduct includes any form of communication, contact, or conduct, including the sending of electronic communication, but does not include constitutionally protected free speech. So if you're the petitioner, again, I read the definition of harassment. I'm going to need to find that harassment as defined by the statute exists and there's a sufficient course of conduct. And then I'm saying that to both the petitioners, all petitioners and respondents. The way these hearings go is I'll swear in the petitioner, I'll hear from the petitioner. Following that, I'll swear in the respondent, hear from the respondent. I may have questions for either or both of you. And then following that, I'll make a determination one way or the other as to whether or not an order is appropriate, whether I find that there is a sufficient basis to enter an order. Just a couple of ground rules. I want all comments directed to me, not to the other person. Don't interrupt the other person. Don't interrupt me. You're going to hear things you don't like. Both of you are probably going to hear things you don't like. Both of you will probably hear things you disagree with and have different takes on what happened out there. But again, I want all comments directed to me. Don't try and speak over the other party. And just want to get all that out before we get started. And so we'll start with Mr. Walton. Which one is Mr. Walton? You come up and take a seat right there. And then Mr. King is on the Zoom call.
Yes.
So Mr. Walton, could you raise your right hand, please?
Yes,
Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
How is it that you need an order against Mr. King?
So I've prepared a brief statement, if that would work.
Well, I've sworn you in. I need you to tell me however you want to do it.
Okay. Yes,
Most
sir.
people just tell me what happened out there. You're asking for an order against Mr. King.
Yes, sir.
Why is one necessary?
Okay.
Within the context of that definition that I read earlier.
Yes, and I've also submitted a statement of facts as part of my case file. So that's a very thorough and detailed write-up that has.
Okay, well,
specific
why don't
dates,
you,
times.
we're on the record now
Okay.
in an open court and testimony, so why don't you put all that on the record? And then I'll swear in Mr. King. I'll
Okay.
hear his response.
Yes, sir. I'll start with the high level. My name is Michael Walton, and I am seeking a domestic violence protection order against Jason King. I'm a computer scientist in career transition and currently studying mycology and forest ecology at the Evergreen State College. I'm also a writer, naturalist, and outdoorsman.
How do you know when somebody's a writer, naturalist, and wait, naturalist? Is that the nudist one? Is that a naturist? Hold on. Is he talking about being naked? I'm interested. But are they a couple? What's going on? I have so many questions. Maybe if I shut up, we'd figure it out. And yeah, sir, why are you starting with your fucking resume? Start with the problem. He did this to me on this day. On this day, he did it to me. Also, this joint is a donkey butter joint. And please feel free. Happy to pass it along.
I characterize myself as a quiet, private person and generally keep to myself. I am seeking this order after enduring over a year of continued stalking and harassment perpetrated by Mr. King against me following the breakup of our 2-year relationship. Mr. King's jealous, impulsive, and personally invasive behavior presented challenges early in our relationship, and these continued patterns were a significant factor motivating our separation. I repeatedly told Jason while we were together that I was not comfortable with non-consensual or coerced monitoring of my whereabouts and would not tolerate invasions of my privacy. Over the past year, Mr. King's continued stalking behavior has had a deleterious effect on my mental health, damaged my personal relationships, and been disruptive to my career in academics. I have done my very best to tolerate Mr. King's erratic behavior in the hopes that he would eventually move on without further incident. I have held off taking any legal action as I have no desire to disrupt or negatively impact Mr. King's life. I continue to hold no ill will against him and want nothing from him other than to be left alone. However, it has been over a year now, and I have learned that Mr. King has been bothering my family, friends, and acquaintances. This behavior has caused additional emotional distress for myself and my relationships, and made it difficult for me to form connections at a particularly challenging part of my life as I navigate a breakup, moving to a new area, and a career transition simultaneously. I'm requesting a domestic violence protection order as I feel it is the safest, minimally impactful option to mitigate risk of further harm. I believe the court will agree that this order is necessary to guard against further stalking, harassment, and potential escalation from Mr. King. It is my sincere hope that Mr. King will understand the severity of the situation and take whatever steps he needs to heal and move on from these harmful patterns.
So
What did he do?
in your recitation there, you just kind of refer generally as stalking and harassment.
Yes.
Specifically, what has he done that leads you to those conclusions? Because I can't just say, well, he's stalking me, so things like that. I need you specifically he's done.
Absolutely, sir.
ahead.
So that's all recorded in my statement of facts.
Okay, go.
Okay. Michael Walton ended his relationship with Jason King on October 17th, 2024, after living together for approximately 2 years. Michael requested at that time that Jason not contact him outside of arranging times to pick up Michael's belongings, and that he not be present when Michael came to the residence. The two parties remained on speaking terms for several weeks, and Jason initially seemed to honor Michael's requests. In the afternoon of October 28th, 2024, Michael packed a number of his belongings from an office space he rented located at, and that's redacted in the document I submitted, but I have the address, of course. Jason was aware of this address of Michael's office and had occasionally visited the location during their relationship. After packing his belongings, Michael drove to Olympia. Around 9 p.m., Michael received an iOS safety notification indicating that an unknown Apple AirTag was traveling with him. Using the locate AirTag feature, Michael found the AirTag in an exterior cargo bag on the back of his vehicle. This device was placed there without Michael's knowledge or consent. The AirTag serial number, GPS, track, and owner information can be found in the attached evidence, with the last 4 digits of the owner's phone number matching Jason's. Michael deactivated and disposed of the AirTag and did not confront Jason about the incident. On November 10th, Michael arranged with Jason to remove the remainder of his belongings from the residence they shared.
You know what I would have done
located
with
at
the
address-
AirTag? I would have put it on a fucking bus. Or a taxi. Go put it on a taxi or a bus. A bus. A bus. Put it on a bus. And have Jason driving all over town. All over town. That's what I would have done. Also, hi Cellulite Yoga Pants. Thank you for your patience, and as always, thank you for being you. We appreciate you. Wow. This case is weird.
Arrived at 12 o'clock and did not see Jason there, although a number of Jason's friends were present setting up for a party. Michael packed his belongings, including a 3D printer, which belonged to him. Michael left the residence at 12:58, stopped at his office in Centralia at 1:30, and returned to his permanent address in Olympia. At 3:30 p.m., Michael again received several iOS safety notifications indicating there were several AirTags traveling with him. Michael found a total of 4 additional AirTags, 3 of which were hidden under the floor mats inside his vehicle, and 1 of which had been hidden inside of the control box of the 3D printer, which was previously in Jason's possession. Serial numbers, GPS tracks, and owner information for these AirTags can be found in the attached evidence. Again, the last 4 digits of the associated phone number match Jason's. Jason sent Michael a lengthy message on November 14th, 2024 at 1:10 p.m. indicating that he wanted Michael to retrieve a box of his belongings that he had left. Michael replied that he would respond later as he was in meetings all day. Michael sent a message at 10:17 that he did not want the items and suggested that they be donated or discarded and wished Jason the best. At around 10:30, approximately 15 minutes after sending this message, Jason pounded loudly on the door of Michael's residence. Michael had never told Jason his new address, and the visit was unwelcome and without Michael's consent. The time between Michael sending the message and Jason's arrival indicated that Jason was already in the area of Michael's residence, located approximately 30 minutes outside of Olympia and 1 hour from Jason's residence. In a raised voice, Jason aggressively demanded that Michael open the door. Michael did not comply and repeatedly said through the door, "Get back in your car and drive away." Jason continued to demand that Michael open the door and screamed that he was having sex with an individual that Michael had recently become friends with. Finally, Jason got in his car and drove away while honking the horn of his vehicle. After this incident, Michael blocked Jason on all platforms. In the weeks and months
He's
following,
Michael.
received a number of packages and letters from Jason, some hand-delivered and others mailed. Jason also subscribed Michael's new address to a book delivery service he did not consent to. Jason sent Michael a text message on March 10th, 2025 from a second phone number. All of these actions were undesired by Michael. During the spring and summer months, it was indicated to Michael by several friends that a strange account had contacted them via dating platforms. In some instances, this account claimed to be Michael's significant other.
Hearsay.
The unknown account knew personal information about Michael and asked probing questions as to Michael's whereabouts and the nature of Michael's relationships. Michael's friends expressed that
He
they do
wasn't
not feel
talking in the
comfortable
third
sharing.
person before, just to be fair. We're probably only going to have time for this case, to be honest with you. Jesus Christ, I got to shut the fuck up. But, because I don't have 47 minutes. Anyways, let's let Michael continue to talk about Michael. But when he was talking, he wasn't talking in the third person, but he's reading this. This is his statement of fact, and he is reading it. We are hearing from Michael. Michael is speaking. We will also hear from Jason.
Further details for fear of retaliation by Jason. Michael encountered Jason unexpectedly in Olympia Target towards the end of September. The two were relatively cordial. Jason indicated that he had a package Michael might want. Michael exited the conversation as politely and quickly as he could. On September 28th, Michael met and became friends with a redacted party, hereafter referred to as the third party to protect his privacy. It was later observed by the third party that Jason messaged him unexpectedly about an hour after having met Michael. The third party further noted that it was odd that Jason was asking him questions about a white Jeep, which matches the description of Michael's vehicle. Further details can be found in the third party statement as attached evidence. On December 10th, 2025, at approximately 2:30, Michael visited the third party at his home at his address. The third party seemed nervous and asked if Michael could park his car in another location behind a barn so that it would be out of sight of the road. Michael inquired as to why, and the third party indicated that Jason had been there earlier that day and was asking very strange questions about Michael. The third party also indicated that Jason had shown him intimate videos of Michael on his phone. The third party then indicated that Jason had been trying to convince him to let him come back to the house and had driven several times up and down the street. Michael asked the third party if he would feel safe if he left, to which the third party responded in the affirmative. On departing, Michael then observed and photographed Jason's car parked in a driveway within walking distance of the third party's residence. A photograph of Jason's vehicle with license plate are at that location are provided in the included evidence. After this incident, Michael contacted Thurston County Police and spoke with Deputy Warnock to report the series of incidents involving Jason King that had occurred over the past year. The officer's notes for this police event are provided in the attached evidence obtained via public records request. After reviewing the timeline of events, Michael became convinced that his location was still being tracked and inspected his vehicle again for any signs of tracking devices. At 2:20 p.m. on December 17th, 2025, Michael found a GPS tracking device inside a weatherproof case magnetically affixed to the rear underside of his vehicle. Photographic documentation of this device is provided in the attached evidence. This incident was also reported to Thurston County Police and described in Deputy Forda's notes for the police event number provided in the attached evidence and obtained via public records request. Michael, again, does not want anything from Jason other than to be left alone. Michael is concerned that Jason's behavior now affects more than just him, as Michael's friends and relationships have been targeted as well. Michael has only resorted to involving the court to request this protection order, as he believes it is the safest solution for all parties involved.
When was that, those Apple tracking devices, for lack of a better term, that was back when the relationship broke up, but the most recent one, when was that discovered?
I found that December 17th, so that was last week. And the event involving my friend, who I refer to as third party, that occurred on December 10th, and I did confirm that Jason's vehicle was parked just down the street.
Give me just a minute.
Judge apparently is still there, Jules, but that was funny. Also,
Mr. King, could you raise your right hand, please?
holy, here we go.
Do you swear to affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Well, you're muted, so I can't hear a thing you're saying, first of all.
Apologies, I'm in a hotel and the cleaning person walked in right as you're saying that. But yes, I do.
Okay, so again, raise your hand then, please. You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. What's your position on Mr. Walton's request for an order?
I have some things I'd like to go over as well. First I want to say whether a restraining order is done or not done, it's very clear now to me that there is no moving forward in any capacity of a friendship or anything like that. So either way, I don't plan on having any contact with him at all. But I do want to touch on some things that were mentioned. First of all, on December 10th, the person, his name is Angel. I actually have text showing that he invited me over. I was there, and that he also, I'll just read it to you. And I don't know if you want me to read everything, even the.
I mean, that's not really. I'll be blunt with you. You know, Mr. King is making some.
Well,
that's really, the fact that you were there is not great. But I mean, there's other things that are more important that I've heard. Let me put it that way.
okay.
So it's up to you as to what you want to tell me.
I was going to. I was just starting with that, if that's
But
okay.
and you can just generalize what you're what you want to say, but go ahead. I'll hear from you.
Sure. Okay. On December 10th, 11:30 a.m., the person that we are both talking about, his name is Angel. He messaged me. He said, hello. He said, are you available right now? I'm alone right now. No people here. I said, I just sat down to eat. I can come over after. How long are you available? He said 4 hours. I said, what's your address again? Heading over. This was at.
Was this on Grindr or in text message? This is a hookup. This is absolutely what this is. That's 100p the language. I'm being serious. That's 1,000%. I'm available for 4 hours. My wife is finally gone with the kids. Come over, pound me, and leave. Is probably what it says.
11:49 a.m. He gave me the address, asked my ETA. I said 20 minutes. He says, park your car in the same spot, not in the driveway because it belongs to the renters. I said, okay. Went over, saw him, left. And then at 12:59 p.m., I messaged him. I said, I think I left my other set of keys there. He goes, okay, you can come. I said, okay. I went over at 2:31 p.m. and there was the white Jeep in the driveway. So I parked down where he had told me to park, and I was waiting for the white Jeep to leave to go because from the looks of it, it was Mike's Jeep, but I did not know that Mike was there until I drove by. It was stated somewhere that I had drove by several times. I only drove by once and then parked.
Um,
That was that.
okay, go ahead. Continue on,
Okay.
if you'd like to say.
Sure. Going back, I just wanted to kind of give a brief summary of during our relationship. There were several times that Michael had talked about being bipolar, and this will all kind of make sense as I get to the end. On June of 2022, I had found out that he was dating someone else and traveling with him without my knowledge. We sat down at an airport and talked about this and about his mental health and him doing the correct thing and talking to this person. And he did. That was a first episode of that. On October 9th, 2022, my brother, who Michael had became very close to, had ALS, and he passed away. And Michael was the one that found him. And I know that that was very difficult for him, and that didn't help his mental health. And I tried to be there for him. October, it was the 29th or 30th of 2022. We were in Nashville. We went to a bar.
I don't need to. I'm concerned also with recent things, and maybe I could have said the same thing for Mr. Walton about things in 2024. Things that happened in 2022 are going to have no bearing on what I do here today.
Okay.
And so I just want to let you know that that's not really relevant to the.
The only reason I was talking about it is because in the end, the reason there was many instances over the time that we were together that he would have episodes or fall into depression, and it would concern me throughout our relationship. So long story short, in the end, after we broke up, at first I thought that maybe this was another episode because had happened several times like this, and I was concerned about him. So I did one day. He had came to the house to gather his stuff, and I followed him up to his new place, and that is how I found out where he lived. It wasn't through air tags or tracking device or whatever. And as far as that book club thing, I had already done that through a relationship, and just continued it on as like a Christmas gift, because that was at the beginning of our breakup, and I didn't. At no point has he ever, until this came out, said, don't contact me, don't I don't want to talk to you, anything like that.
You're saying we just witnessed a breakup live?
Even on November 8th of this year, November 8th of 2024, after he, according to the documentation, found air tags and stuff, he asked me to go to lunch. He said that he had time to get settled and he thought it'd be nice to have lunch and to catch up. One thing about the tracking, it was Michael's idea. We were in Greece together and during a relationship, and we were at the
Humble
airport,
brag.
and he was going to be gone. He was going to Mongolia and I think Italy after that.
Humble
He is
brag.
the one that suggested that we share locations on our phone, and we did.
When did he suggest that?
We were in Greece. When were we in Greece? It was like 2023, I believe. I could look up the exact.
Don't you think that suggestion might go away once you've broken up?
Well, we still shared our location after the day we broke up. It wasn't until, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like he really knew about that until he found these things on his car or in other places.
No, I'm talking about on our phone,
I'm
location.
talking about right now. I'm talking about the tracking devices that were discovered by him.
The tracking, the air tags, those it was his sister who suggested that we get air tags for the dogs because they kept leaving the property. So yes, very well there could have been air tags in his car left
And
there.
what about the one,
That one, I
the
am
most
not-
recently discovered one, which is not an AirTag?
That one, I don't remember that. I did just look a few minutes ago at that picture. I don't remember that specific, but it very well could be while we were together that that was in his car. Yes, but
So
that
he was driving around about it with
that
2
was
years and not
something-
know about it?
that was something that wasn't recent. No,
Okay,
if it was put in.
go ahead. I'll let you finish. Go ahead. I apologize for interrupting.
No, that's okay. Basically, and then we did see each other at Target in, I believe it was at the beginning of October. That was the first time we'd seen each other in person since we had broken up. And I take that back. Let me go back to the day that I went to his place to drop off the stuff. I had drove in, I knocked on the door. You could see from the ground where the windows that he was of his place. I saw him go grab a gun, which looked like a rifle, come to the door, and we did chat through the door. He did not open the door, and I did drive off and honk the horn because that one was kind of scary, and it also brought me back to like all these different episodes that he had had, and I was concerned, and I was also scared for myself because he had pulled a gun. I don't think that he would have done anything. He didn't do anything, but
And when did this happen?
that was on November 10th, I believe. 1 second here. I'll tell you exactly.
Yeah, now we aren't so worried about
2020. We're talking about
third-person
2024.
Michael.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, again, I'm not,
Certainly easier to
but
follow.
I'll let you
than-
finish. But again, you need to understand that what I'm interested in are the
Jump around
recent
Jason.
activity.
Well, that was after we broke up. I don't know if that's what you're considering recent or like we're talking about like basically last year since we broke up. Is that correct?
I could do.
Okay, yeah, you can continue.
Okay. That was on November 14th, approximately what he had talked about earlier of me being in the area and coming to the place that ties in with that specific incident. And then, but again, and yes, he is correct. I did leave like a Christmas packages. I left birthday package, and I did text a few times. But again, at that point, like it was never stated, leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with you, anything like that. So if he would have just simply communicated and said, leave me alone. I mean, he'd asked me to go to lunch with him. We saw each other just back in this October of 2025, where we did have a cordial conversation. He even said he would reach out to me because I did say there was a book, which is still at my place, that had came in the mail for him. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if he would have just said, I don't want anything else to do with you, leave me alone, instead of being cordial, being not, you know what I mean? That's fine. I would have done it.
Well, here's where I'm at here, Mr. Walton and Mr. King. You know, I've listened to you both. I've reviewed everything that was filed before I came on the bench here. And, you know, I'll cut to the chase first, and then I'll explain why. I am going to enter an order. An order is going to be in place for a year. It's the parameters of the order are you're not to contact Mr. Walton, you're not to cause him any harm. And maybe most importantly, do not engage in stalking behavior of any sort. Don't come within 1,000 feet of him, his residence, or workplace. And the basis for the order, frankly, is the thing that most concerns me about post-breakup of these tracking devices. It doesn't make much sense to me that you would say, well, this is something we agreed to, when Mr. Walton is saying he's found them under his, you know, and he's getting these alerts, which apparently he hadn't gotten before, that those Apple devices are being replaced. And had that happened just a year ago and nothing happened since then, you know, I might not be that sympathetic to an order. But when I find that now that there's a different type of tracking device that he just recently discovered, and who knows how long it's been there, I can, and then, but then to me, that would be disturbing to anyone. Have an ex-partner or someone you've been in a dating relationship with to find out that there's electronic tracking going on in a car, that's disturbing for anyone. And you said, well, had he just said that he didn't want any contact with me, none of this would have happened. No one needs to say that, hey, don't put a tracking device on my car. You know, that's almost the definition of stalking almost. And so that frankly is what concerns me the most, and why the primary basis for me entering an order. And like I say, and again, hopefully this draws up, you said before that whether an order is entered or not, you know, you're not really interested in having any contact with Mr. Walton. You know, again, I hope this just establishes a bright line, so there's no question about, is this okay? Is this not okay? None of it's okay. He's just not a part of your life going forward. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
And so
I
I'm
think
gonna
that-
sign the order. Since you're here, I'll give you a copy of it now. A copy of it will get emailed to you. Did
Okay.
you have a question?
Yeah, if I may, Your Honor. So there were a couple sections that I had requested initially, and they weren't reflected in the document that I was served. So
What orders, what questions?
so it was under general restraints, section D, protected person school. As I mentioned, I am enrolled. So I.
Oh, you're enrolled, and I thought,
At
were you
Evergreen.
teaching? I thought I heard you were teaching.
Oh, I'm taking classes.
Okay. all right.
Yeah. So a protected person.
And then
school.
are you associated with, and this is at Evergreen?
Yes.
Are you associated with Evergreen at all?
Me, no.
Okay, then you're not to go be at, that's included in the restraining order, then you're not to come within 1,000 feet of Mr. Walton's school. Anything else?
Yes, section F, intimate images. As I mentioned, I've have reason to believe that Jason has intimate images of me and may have shown them to other people. I would like section F included as well.
I'll check that box also based on what's in the petition and the testimony. So you're not to do that either. Do you understand that, Ms.?
I don't. I don't.
Mr.
have
King?
any- Yes, I
Anything?
understand. That's fine. I don't have any images. I've actually gotten a new.
Okay,
phone
again, just
recently
all
for
I
every-
need from you is I understand and it won't happen.
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Walton.
And then section M, restricted use of litigation. I am concerned about retaliation from Mr. King. So I would prefer that that be included as well.
You know, I'm not gonna do that preemptively, and if something happens that, you know, if he does pursue some sort of legal action, you can bring this up with whatever judicial officer at that time, and then they'll make that determination whether or not that's abusive or not.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure. Anything further?
That's fine. That's all.
Yes, Mr. King, do you want to say something?
I'm curious, what do you mean by legal action or?
I don't know, and that's why I didn't check that box. And so that box isn't checked. He's asking, so I don't know what's gonna happen or what could happen. And that's why I'm not gonna preemptively make a judgment on that.
Can I ask just so I'm clear on everything, because I've not ever had this happen before. How
Say
is
that
it?
again, I missed that.
I said, can I ask just so I'm clear on everything, because I've never had a restraining order, so I've not been through it before. What exactly, because we obviously do live like in the same similar area. Like let's say I'm at a restaurant eating, or I'm at a grocery store or whatever, and not on purpose, but he
Well,
either
if,
shows up. Like what happens? What do I do or he do? Like how does it work?
the person who's under the order is you.
Okay.
And so if you go to a place and he's there, you need to leave. And then if, you know, at the same time, I don't want this used offensively either. If you know that he's a place, you can go in there to force him out. That's not, you know, he's under the court order, but if you go to a place and you happen to see him, probably be a good idea to eat or go someplace else.
Okay.
But you're the one, if you ever found in the same restaurant there, Mr. King, you're the one who's going to be in trouble, and you need to understand that.
So basically, like if I'm in middle of dinner and he shows up, I mean, that hasn't
Well,
happened.
hopefully then if he would see you, then he would just go eat someplace else.
Oh,
Is
he,
what we-
okay, got it.
And he's nodding,
Yeah.
What's
Yes,
that?
you're on.
Not-
is nodding agreement.
Okay.
That'll conclude the hearing. A copy of this will get, did you just get emailed to him? Or do you can get this off the Thurston County District Court website, Mr. King. You, sir,
Okay.
can come and give it right here.
May I ask one more question? How does this
Yes.
affect me as far as like work or?
I don't know the answer to that. I have no idea.
Okay, got it.
You know, in some fields it has an effect, in some fields it doesn't. I'm just making this decision based on what's in front of me here.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
And I don't, frankly, I don't know, and I'm not asking, I don't know what you do or anything like that. But anyway, you can get a copy of the order off the website. Mr. Walton, come on up and grab that and you're free to go. And you're free to leave the Zoom call there, Mr. King.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, we can't be
You were?
stopping to talk,
Okay.
but we'll watch
So
the rest
Mr.
of
and Ms.
this.
Robinson can come on the Zoom call, please. You're welcome.
Oh my God, I got miniature glove, or what are
They're
they,
temporary
mittens?
in this
Miniature
one.
mittens
There was a temp. Yes.
that are gift card holders, isn't that?
So we
the
now
thing?
have, thank you for providing that. We now have the proof of service. Now, 9:45, Mr. Ramey chose not to be here. I'm going to enter a default order in your favor, and then the parameters of the order will be the same as on the temporary order. What's your relationship with Mr. Ramey there?
He's my brother.
Okay, so
Awkward Christmas. Am I right? Getting a restraining order against your brother right before Christmas? Shit.
have you had any contact since he's been served?
No, Your
No,
Honor.
Your Honor.
So the parameters of the order is not to cause you any harm, no contact, don't engage in stalking behavior, don't come within 1,000 feet of you, your residence or place of employment.
Yes,
And the
Your Honor.
order will be in place for 1 year. And then you can get a copy of that off the district court website. And you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And sir, I got one other thing I'll tell you, service is not necessary because I'm checking that box that the final order or the year-long order is basically the same as a temporary order.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck going forward.
Good luck. Good luck. Hi, Casey Carey. I'm glad to hear that, Bill. Obviously, we had terrible news come in yesterday about Adam the Woo. Terribly sad. Judge, did that hit you hard too?
Then we
It
have
hit me hard.
Trinity Dolinsky and then Salvador Rivera. Who's Salvador Rivera? They're not here. Okay. So then we have, the
Not
only
me.
people I have left is Arabella Palmer and Jonathan Miles. Who's here in court? What? Oh, I see. Oh, I checked that wrong. And then Ms. Forney, right. So, and then which case are you here for? Are you for him? Okay. Mr. Devaney, why don't you come on up? And then Ms. Forney can come on the Zoom call. Ms. Palmer, I'll have you mute up.
Mute on up. Mute on up. I'm playing with my little Neato thing. Hi, Katie9. I know. Fuck, I did too. Yeah.
Give me just a moment.
Very sad. The only solace I have in that, Katie9, is that Creed is where he loves the most, which is a casino, and he's with his parents. So that's probably the best place he could be. That's my theory.
So Ms. Forney, can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
You can put your hand down. And then how is it you need an order against Mr. Devaney?
So Nathan and I broke up in September, and we tried to remain friends after that. In October, I had asked him for some space, and he continued contacting me, numerous text messages, until I finally ended up blocking him on October 21st. After I blocked his phone, he started contacting me on Facebook and Instagram, WhatsApp, and Google Meet, which I wasn't even aware was a thing, emails, voicemails, like just he would not stop. He threatened suicide numerous times, saying that it was my fault that he was going to die. And all I wanted was space. I had asked him very clearly, please stop contacting me. I don't wish to continue having a relationship with you. I am not looking to be friends. I just want peace. So between October, the last time I had contacted him was October 21st when I had blocked him. And then I continued to get emails and voicemails. And one of the emails said that if I would just meet with him face to face and tell him that I didn't want to continue having a relationship with him, then he would leave me alone. So I took that as an opportunity and said that I emailed him back and said, I don't owe you a face-to-face meeting. I've already asked that you stop contacting me. I don't want a relationship with you. And that sent him into a spiral again. That I sent that email on December 9th, and it sent him into a spiral again that night, and that continued into the morning.
What do you mean by spiral? Describe that briefly.
Like 17 emails at least. He was blocking his phone number so that it showed up on my phone as a private number over and over again. I think I've got 8 voicemails from that night between like 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. One of the voicemails said that he had taken 24 a leave and was going to take 24 more. He's allergic to naproxen. He sent me pictures of in the email.
No, to be clear, nothing happened to Creed. He has a YouTuber that he watches daily or often, that a lot of us do. I used to watch Adam the Woo many years ago. I don't watch him that much anymore. Anyways, and unfortunately, he passed away. He did a lot of Disney content, a lot of like weird location content. Adam the Woo, yeah. He had 2 YouTube channels, pretty successful, and it's just always sad when you hear about that. I heard from another YouTuber, so it was sad. It was sad. They don't know how he died, but it was on TMZ. Anyways, look at this cute little mitten. Isn't that adorbs? And it holds a gift card. I'm going to show you guys a few of the things that are going in stockings around here before we say goodbye.
All about like of his face swollen, and so, and saying all this was my fault, and that he was going to die because of me, and I just want peace.
Okay. Let me hear from Mr. Devaney. Am I saying your name correctly, first of all? Could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. And what's your position on her request for an order?
I'm not really trying to try and fight it. Everything she said about the electronic communications were true. There were a couple things in the packet that I saw that she had checked about stalking. I never once stalked her,
Okay.
but I'm not refuting
Okay.
the electronic communications or the threats of suicide. I did do those, Your Honor. I have no ill will towards her. I mean her no harm. I'm trying to move on with my life. I've been suffering from a lot of mental and emotional health issues lately.
Are you seeing anybody
I
about those
just
things?
recently did start seeing a therapist. Yeah, I just had my 3rd session.
Okay, good.
Last Friday.
And then you're here, you just a
More
friend,
support.
in support of you. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I've never had this happen before, so I didn't even know if I needed to show up. So I'm here
Well,
just stating the case.
I'm glad a lot of people don't. You saw just a minute ago when the person who chose not to be here, so an order was entered, and had you not been here, an order would be entered. Based on what's been, I appreciate what you're telling me, and I'm happy to hear that you're seeing somebody to deal with all this. I am going to enter an order, just because, I don't think there's too much of it. Sounds like you understand why this might be disturbing for Ms. Forney, to hear all this. And so, hopefully this just, again, provides a bright line. She's just not a part of your life, going forward. And hopefully that'll leave you free to address the issues that you have identified for yourself that you need to see. I'm glad to hear that you're seeing somebody. I hope you get that worked out. And, but let's just eliminate Ms. Forney as an issue you need to deal with. You need to deal with, you have your own things to deal with. All right. Give me just a moment and then we'll give you a copy of that.
Well, I am off from now.
And again, this
till
order will be in place for
Christmas,
1 year.
But I have to make 2 cheesecakes, 2 baguettes, a sourdough loaf, and cookies tonight. But I did bring over 250 cookies to work this last week. And they made people happy. I love making people happy with my baking. It is
Again,
very
you're not to
delicious.
cause her any harm. Don't contact her. Don't engage in stalking behavior. I heard what you said, that you haven't done that. But nonetheless, that'll just be part of the order. Don't come within 1,000 feet of her residence, or place of employment. And since you're here, we'll make a copy of that, send that to you. Ma'am, we'll send a copy of this to you, email a copy of it to her. You'll get a copy of this to email, all right?
Thank you.
Good luck to you both. But again, she's just not a part of your life going forward.
Good to know. Good to know. That is that for this. We've done an hour. We're gonna travel again by Flue Powder. might do another show tonight. It really depends on how we do, baby boo, doodle-doo. Anyways, do me a favor. We will have a show tomorrow. It'll be in the morning. So, hopefully prior to your family Christmas Eve events, I will be heading to spend Christmas Eve at my sister's. That's where we're gonna sleep over and then wake up on Christmas morning all together with the little ones. I love Christmas with little ones, so we will definitely see each other, whether it be again later today or tomorrow morning before we all branch off for Christmas Eve. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Yes, I'll tell Baby Plaid. I got Baby Plaid a completely crazy gift that is not age appropriate because I'm an auntie. Yeah, little Baby Plaid is like almost 2. But yes, anyways, I won't ruin it, but my sister's probably gonna roll her eyes at me. I love it. No, not a drum set. It's something she'll have to install. At least it's not something he's gonna be able to like use until she installs it, but when she does install it, it's gonna be sick. Anyways, I hope that you guys, I don't know what time, Ryan. I don't know what time. Because it fucking depends on how good all my baking goes tonight. I have to finish it all tonight because the cheesecake has to go in last thing and then you can't be opening the oven again until the morning. So I'm gonna have to fucking do a lot. So I don't know. Depends what time I get to bed. And then wake up. Alright, guys, do me a favor, remember that I love you. I think Mikey's doing a live, by the way, just soon. And look, Cellulite Yoga Pants has got a short, bitches. Bitches. Go watch that too. Anyways, do me a favor, remember that I love you, and I should helmet cam my baking. That would be fucking sick, except my house is messy. I love you, and I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye. 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 Merry Christmas.
Ways down and ready to ride.